Well, everybody, welcome to week number 2 of the college football season. Yes, we are starting week number 2 predictions out with our Big 12 predictions as usual. Earlier today, you guys should have gotten AHSA predictions and, of course, our Big 12 week number 1 reactions, where we talk pretty much the entirety of the Big 12 slate. So, we are going to predict the Big 12 games in this video, but first, if you are new to the channel, you already know what to do. Leave a like, subscribe, turn that bell on, as we do our best to post on this channel every single day. Like I said, tomorrow we'll have our ACC reactions and predictions. We'll also play our Road to Glory in college football 26 as well. So hit that sub button, leave a comment down below so you don't miss out on any of the latest videos. And without further ado, let us go ahead and hop into these Big 12 week number 2 predictions. All right, so no weekly games this week, or no daily games, I guess you would say. Nothing on Thursday, nothing on Friday or anything like that. Just on Saturday specifically now. College football is in full swing, ladies and gentlemen. NFL is starting, so they can't really do that now. But first game of the day on Saturday is Baylor at SMU. Baylor obviously coming off a loss to the Auburn Tigers, where Sawyer Robertson looked really good, but SMU coming off a win against, obviously, the team that they played that was an FCS opponent that I cannot remember the name off the top of my head. However, Kawan Jennings, I believe, looked really good, if I'm not mistaken. Baylor, though, their offense is going to be really good. This is a really tough Big 12 ACC matchup. Obviously, it's going to be a fun one here. Give me the Baylor Bears, though, as they will finally get a win on the road at SMU to start out the year 1-1. Next game up, of course, we have Iowa going into Iowa State. Another banger of a game in the non-conference slate for all of these Power 4 schools. This is going to be a fun one. Iowa's 1-0. Iowa State's 2-0. Actually, they dominated their last game on Saturday. And this is just going to be a fun game. Iowa's defense has always been known for being good, but Becht looked really good in his previous 2 outings, especially at week 0 against Kansas State. This is going to be a fun matchup. It's going to be a defensive game, if you're asking me. It's going to be a slow defensive game for Iowa State, or for Iowa. I think that Becht, though, with his experience and so far and playing against a Big Ten team, I think that Iowa State is going to get the job done, and them being at home helps a lot as well. So Iowa State will get the job done. Then you have Kent State versus Texas Tech. Texas Tech getting the win over Arkansas Pine Bluff, I believe 67-7 or something along that nature this past weekend. They are going to get the dub here, as well as they will continue to roll on here in Big 12. In their 2025 season, rather. Their quarterback looks really good. Morton, I think, is going to be a great quarterback for them. They will start getting recruits left and right if they can win some Big 12 games as well. So give me Texas Tech here in this matchup. Oklahoma State going into Oregon. We're going to save this one for our Big 10 predictions, so stay tuned for that matchup. Kansas at Missouri, we're going to save that for our SEC predictions, so stay tuned for that on Thursday, as we will break that one down. Then you have Bowling Green going into Cincinnati here. This is going to be a very interesting matchup, because Cincinnati's offense did look a little bit slow against Nebraska and their defense, but I think they will get the job done. However, Bowling Green is 1-0, which is something to keep in mind. Their quarterback played better than Cincinnati's quarterback against Nebraska. I just think that Cincinnati, with them being the Power 4 team that they are going to get the job done at home against Bowling Green. Then you got Delaware going into Colorado. This is going to be a fun one as well. Give me Colorado, though. Slater, I think, will find his footing in this game, and they will be set for the Big 12 and for their Big 12 slate in 2025, I guess you would say. West Virginia versus Ohio. West Virginia getting the job done against RMU. I have no doubt that they will get the job done on the road against some action team in Ohio for that one. This is an interesting one, though. Cal Poly versus Utah. This is a 5 p.m. start, so not a, obviously, after dark special, but this is going to be a fun matchup here. Give me Utah. They looked really good in their win on Saturday against UCLA and Nico Iamaleava. I expect that defense to be playing lights out again against Cal Poly, but this is going to be a fun matchup, if you're asking me. Could definitely see Cal Poly walking in there and beating Utah, but I don't think it's going to happen, and I think that Utah will get the job done at home. Army at Kansas State. Kansas State struggled against, obviously, North Dakota in their matchup on Saturday night, but they will get the job done, I feel like, against Army. Army did go into overtime, which was a very fun game on Friday night, but Avery Johnson, with his experience, I think that Kansas State is going to be set for the most part there. Houston going into Rice. Give me Houston again. Big 12 teams playing these small FCS teams. I'm going to go with that one as with the Big 12 teams. North Carolina A&T at UCF. UCF struggled against Jacksonville State on on Thursday night, rather. But this is going to be a fun one. I think I'm going to go with UCF here, as they will get the job done at home against North Carolina. They prevailed against Jacksonville State. I think they will prevail here against North Carolina A&T in this matchup. Arizona State, Mississippi State. We're going to save that matchup for our SEC predictions. However, that should be a fun one at Starkville. That'll be a fun matchup in Starkville for sure. We're just going to save that one for our SEC predictions. Weber State versus Arizona. Give me Arizona here. They knocked off Hawaii this past weekend. They will knock off Weber State, I have no doubt, as Arizona's quarterback did play really well in that game against Hawaii. So I expect that to carry over here in this game against Weber State. And then to close us out, Stanford versus BYU. This is going to be a fun one, man. Some little Big 10 after dark action, Big 12 after dark action. Don't normally have that here in college football, but with the way that conference realignment works nowadays, that's kind of what we're getting at, as Stanford is going into BYU. Stanford obviously struggling in their matchup Saturday, but they have the better quarterback in my opinion. I think they will get the job done here. Obviously, this game is going to be on ESPN. It's going to be a fun one after dark. So those of you college football junkies, this game is for you. I think that Stanford is going to get the job done. But BYU's defense, man, is really good. And they are ultimately kind of what held them, I guess you would say, last weekend, and I think that BYU has a chance here, especially with it being at home. However, I'm going to go with Stanford on the road to close out our Big 12 predictions for the week, as the Cardinals will get the win over the BYU Cougars. Anyway, that is going to do it for today's third and final video. Let me know what you thought of the slate of videos in the comments down below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, turn that bell on, as we do our best to post on this channel every single day. Again, tomorrow we'll have ACC reactions and predictions along with our Road to Glory. So stay tuned for that one. NFL predictions will be on Wednesday. Cannot wait to get things underway in that matchup. Hit that sub button. Leave a comment down below. Thank you all so much for watching. And as always, I will see you in the next video. Peace.